People don't understand how if you had the opportunity,
Stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currencies flowing, every coins on my mind. My coin base the upper, watch the numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, known to the man. Emptying out my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move to the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction here, cash raises ring. Ride the blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, that's the profit.
if you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
We gotta get this money on. What up, y'all? What's good? What's good? Happy Sunday. Oh, you on mute, D.
My bad. What's up?
What it do, y'all? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. So we back. We got some updates. We got a whole lot to go over. So y'all might as well go ahead, kick your feet up, get comfortable. Y'all might as well put us on the big screen for real, because at this point, everybody need to know what the hell going on. Everybody need to be put on. So let's get to it. So we got some things, a couple things to talk about today. I want to start off talking about this decentralized these decentralized exchanges. They surpassed a $1 trillion monthly volume. So let's talk about that real quick. Hyperliquid, Aster, and Lighter. Yeah, let's talk about this real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can go ahead and go over that one. Yeah, let's get to that one. Let's see what's going on.
Okay. So basically, what happened? So Dex's crossed about over $1 million, over a trillion in a 30-day volume by a couple of days ago. So open interest, how many positions are still open, fell to about 15.8 billion, likely because many positions got wiped out during the big crash, October 10th and 11th. But why trading suddenly exploded is because on October 10th, there was big news. The U.S. announced a 100% tariff on Chinese imports. So that news caused a massive sell-off and liquidations, the biggest ever in crypto. Right. One result was the one record day around October 10th was around 7 billion traded on DEXs. After the crash, funding rate stayed spicy, so traders kept coming back. Who's winning right now is Hyperliquid with 316 billion in volume in the past 30 days. Right. And then you got Lighter that has 193 billion in volume. And then you got Aster who has $188 billion in volume. And then Solana, big pickup too, with about 1.8 billion per day across Solana venues in October. So why volume stayed high after the crash is because rewards and airdrops. Many DEXs ran points, programs, airdrop farmings. I know some of y'all got some airdrops over the past month or so, and trading competitions. Traders farmed points hoping for future token rewards or fee shares. So examples of it was Arbitrum's drip, synthetics competitions, and tokenless new platforms with generous rewards. Because we've been talking about a lot of platforms giving out rewards on a daily, on the weekly. Why this matters is because DEXs now operate at serious institutional scale, and the liquidity and fee sharing is live directly on public blockchains, fam. So during the October 10th crash, some centralized exchanges had issues. Coinbase, Uphold, to name a few, while most DEXs kept running. Right, that's a real world stress test and win for DEXs. So we always tell you about DeFi, fam. We always tell you that DeFi is in it for the long game. So any company, any industry that's getting into these RWAs and becoming their own banks and stuff like that through digital assets, that's a win, yo. That's a win. So what to watch next is just more volatility, incentives. Do platforms keep points, airdrops, and fees, fee sharing going? And the technology just itself, just the reliability, and of course regulation. The new rules on leverage and user protection could reshape how DEXs access what they need to get for people. So over $1 trillion, over $1 trillion between between 1.1 and 1.2 trillion volume on dexes, fam.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. Something big is happening. All these damn updates. Yeah. Whole lot of money is moving around.
Because we get into November and that ISO deadline has
Yeah,
approached
whole lot
and
of
that
money.
time is up. Whole lot of money moving around.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Easy. I jumped in a DeFi pool last night. I was up till 3 a.m. monitoring my position.
Hey, shout out! He getting addicted. He started getting addicted to it. When you up like that, that's when you start getting addicted to it because it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world, y'all. So,
Yes.
excited. That's why we trying to get everybody in so they can see what's going on. That's what y'all think. Them all these people, these millionaires and billionaires doing. They doing the same thing, or whoever running their finances, abroad,
Yeah.
just like that, doing the same thing. So yeah, let's get to this money. Y'all better stop playing around.
Yeah. Y'all gotta stop playing. This is big. This is big, fam.
Okay, so we got to talk about I want to talk about the BRICS payment system real quick.
Okay.
Actually, well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna actually
Let's
do
talk
that
about
one.
Iran, yo. This is big.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Let's talk
It's,
about Iran real quick.
it's
Iran. Yeah,
yeah,
they got
yeah,
a
yeah.
bank crisis. They got a bank crisis.
Yeah, nah, this is crazy, fam. This is crazy because shout out to the BlockNation Telegram. We always talk about Iran, Iraq, and revaluing their dollars and stuff like that. So basically, what happened is a Hyundai Bank went bankrupt with huge losses and debts, and a Hyundai Bank is one of Iran's biggest banks. It went bankrupt, right? The government took it over and says people's money is safe, but many Iranians don't trust that. This event is used as an example of why people should see, Bitcoin and crypto as insurance against bank failures. So the state moved its assets into another bank, Melly Bank, and promised deposits are safe. So they were promised that the deposits are all good. It's all good. So the problem was that Iran's deposit insurance is tiny, only about $930, and the payouts could take years. People with more money might not get it back right away. And then Iran's economy is in bad shape with high inflation and a weak currency. So people are lined up at branches worried about access to their money. Reports say that the banks made lots of bad and politically connected loans that weren't repaid. So they was making loans that they just wasn't paying back over there in Iran. And then why people are bringing up, Bitcoin, crypto and stuff like that is because banks can freeze or lose your money if they fail. Governments can print money and reduce your savings value. So Bitcoin is, self-custody. And then some see, crypto as a hedge, like, a backup against bank risk and inflation. And this isn't just Iran, because even in the United States, some banks fell in 2023. SV Bank, Signature Bank, First Republic, and the government protected those deposits, but it was chaotic as hell. And then U.S. regional banks still face stress from bad loans, high interest rates, and shaky economics. So mergers are expected in the near future for some of these regional banks, especially with getting closer to this ISO date. So this could hypothetically impact, the U.S. and the rest of the world because, flight to safety assets. If more people fear bank risk, they may shift into government bonds, gold, stable coins, crypto. And in the US, that could raise demand for treasuries and high quality money market funds in emerging markets. It could boost crypto and dollar stable coins when local currencies feel unsafe. And then the growth of self-custody and stablecoin use. More savers and small businesses might keep a slice of assets in self-custody Bitcoin or widely trusted stablecoins like USDC, especially in countries with weak demands. And then the United States impact is more pressure to regulate stablecoins clearly since they've been used as digital dollars abroad. U.S. policymakers might lean into regulated dollar stablecoin strategy to strengthen the dollar without a CBDC. And then, regulation, consolidation, and then just financial plumbing upgrades. More banks and fintechs adopt real-time settlement, tokenized deposits, and proof of reserves to rebuild that trust. And then the oracles, audits, and on-chain become more standard so customers can verify backend of tokens and funds. So this is instrumental moving forward. The bottom line is when a bank fails, savers may lose access or value. So Will this be a contagion? You think this is gonna be a contagion, Queen?
Possibly.
Is this part of what's going on? Is this part of the plan too? Over there in Iran? I'm pretty sure that their bank over there knew what was up.
Yeah, no, it sounds pretty planned out to a T to me, the way it's going.
Okay.
Pretty planned out to a T, so
we definitely got to watch this. We definitely got to watch this week, because if people aren't getting their deposits back, oh boy.
Oh yeah, that's gonna cause some havoc for sure. That's gonna cause a lot of drama.
And then what bank is this connected to? Is Ayande Bank connected to any banks over here? That's what we got to say too.
And then right here, Mark in the comments, he got a good point too. I wonder if it will affect oil.
That's a good point.
Definitely a good point. So we got to see. We got to pay attention to that this week. So we got to see how that plays out.
Yeah. It might impact the commodities market for sure. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna be paying attention to that this week. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. We see Iran. We got to click on that, see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could definitely have some effects. Okay, cool. So pay attention to Iran.
Mm-hmm.
So this next article, we're gonna talk about Coinbase real quick. So Coinbase is up 10,000% because their AI agents went live. Y'all about the power of AI agents. Yes. So y'all already know I got the article pulled up right here. So yes, Coinbase X 402 transactions explode over 10,000% in a month. Let's double tap the screen. Let's run the likes up. Shout out to everybody over here on YouTube. I seen some of y'all said flat screen action. Appreciate y'all. But yeah. Let's run them likes up. Everybody over there on YouTube, make sure y'all like the live. Make sure y'all click that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. So yeah, let's get into Coinbase real quick. So Coinbase. So this is what's going on. So this is what the article is talking about. So the Federal Reserve's overnight reverse hold on. Wrong one. Got my notes in the wrong one. Okay, anyway. An online payments protocol introduced by Coinbase in May that enables AI agents to transact in stablecoins over the internet has seen more than a 10,000% increase in transaction activity over the last month. So at that time, Coinbase said that the X402 fixes the internet's first mistake by resurrecting the Internet Communications Protocol's Hypertext Transfer Protocol 402 or HTTP 402 to create a seamless payment system native to the internet. This is huge. This is getting ready to change everything about life, gang. This is like, oh my God. Okay, yeah, let's get into this. So that's why I'm like, F it, we're gonna have to just go over this article because this is huge. So let me see. Okay, so it lets AI and humans pay directly while using a website or app. So they request something, receive a HTTP 402 payment required prompt, and then send a signed stablecoin payment, which X402 then verifies automatically. No credit cards required. No credit. So I know this is kind of some nerd or some geek shit, but if you actually let it sink in, you'll understand that this is going to change a lot of shit about our everyday life. Please make a decision. Please. Sorry, y'all. So it lets AI and humans pay directly while using a website or app. That is crazy. No credit cards required.
Yeah. Like this shit is real. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet when it comes to AI. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, like AI ain't showed his ass. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was worried about them robot dogs and all this other shit. Y'all haven't seen. Y'all was worried about Amazon and the thing picking up packages. Y'all ain't seen nothing.
Yeah, I was impressed. I was impressed by ChatGPT. Shit, huh? This shit right here.
This right here is taking payments, gang. This is an online payments protocol, like an online payments protocol that does not require credit cards.
No,
this is insane. Now I'm starting to understand that AWS flatline more and more every day. Now I'm realizing like, oh, that shit was playing.
Amazon is in Connecticut, fully automated warehouse opened up. Damn.
It's here. I mean, they said what 600,000. They laying off 600,000. So yeah, Amazon going they definitely going to help bring in UBI. I'm sure of it. Paige made a good point. I'm gonna have to agree with that 100%. I think they're gonna help because that's a lot of people that they putting out of a job. That's damn near 1 million people that they plan to put out of a job. So it makes sense. But yes, so it says there were nearly 500,000 X402 transactions between October 14th and the 20th, marking a 10,780% rise in comparison to levels seen 4 weeks earlier. And this is according to the Dunn Analytics data. So the transaction activity went even higher on Friday, with other Dunn Analytics data showing a record of 239,505 transactions that were made, while on Thursday a record $332,000 in transaction volume was posted. So even Brian Armstrong here, as you can see on X, he said X402 growing like crazy. Then he put the link in the thread right here. But this is KuCoin. This is one of the favorite exchanges. He's use a payment protocol as a launch pad. Coinbase backed open source payment rail X402 just exploded. 19K plus users. So y'all can see like the geeks and the nerds. This is why it pays to be friends with them. Because they on board. They over there making money. Like them niggas that do the computer all day. This shit went live and they went and grabbed it. So 19K plus users in a single day. 120K, 128K. Oh my goodness.
Just to give you like a clip, they're gonna be doing most of the transaction. They're gonna be doing a lot of the transaction for you. Like, it's besides automated payments, budget and stuff like that. They're gonna be negotiating. They're gonna be negotiating the best price and accuracy for you. They're gonna be negotiating the credentials. They're gonna be going through like the life cycle management. Like, it's so many different things that these AI agents are gonna be built in doing, fam. That
hey, let's block that fake ass Jake Claver, please. We're easy at.
Yeah, get him up out of here.
Yeah, let's block that fake ass Jake Claver, please. Somebody said 1913 all over again. For sure.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
100%.
This is gonna really give that global access 24/7, fam. Without card rails, without those card rails, without needing that shit.
Yep. 444. So yeah. That's KuCoin. So what else is going on? So it comes as tech focused venture capital firm A16Z's crypto arm mentioned. What is this? Sorry, I got eyelash in my eyes. Annoying. Mention AI in its 2025 State of Crypto report earlier this week, where it anticipated that autonomous
agentic AI. Okay.
Oh, agentic AI, my bad. Yeah. Okay. Agentic AI. Okay, so where it anticipated that autonomous transactions could reach 30 trillion by 2030. This is annoying. Okay. By 2030. $30 trillion by 2030. I think they lowballed it, but we can we'll let them rock out. So it says without the need for human intervention in managing API calls, storage, and computation, agentic AIs could enable everything from self-driving taxis covering their own costs, with stable coins to apps automatically using stable coins to store data permanently. Coinbase development team members Kevin LeFew and Lincoln Murr said in August. This is huge. Did this thing just did they just say self-driving taxis covering their own costs? What? What? Yep. And then with stable coins to apps automatically using stable coins to store data permanently.
Yep.
Dang. The future about to be crazy.
Shout out to Daniel with the super chat. Interledger Protocol is built onto the internet. X402 is Stellar and Ripple. Danelle Dixon worked for the original Internet Foundation. And if you don't know who Danelle Dixon is, she is the CEO of Stellar Foundation.
Man, the middleman gone, y'all. The middleman gone.
What middleman? Shit.
They're starting to be gone now. They're starting to be gone now.
Yeah, for real. Like for real.
So, who is it? Come on. This not it. What's not it? Lurk manager. Oh God, your name already throwing me off. Okay, so yeah, let me keep going. So let me keep going. CoinGecko
Shout out to
lists,
trolls. Go ahead.
right. CoinGecko lists X402 tokens as a new category. So it says developers are now leveraging X402's design to launch tokens directly. So fueling a wave of X402 powered meme coin launches on KuCoin Ventures, and this was put on X as well. And then it says the rise prompted CoinGecko to track X402 tokens as a new ecosystem, which has boomed into a near $180 million market, up 266% over the last 24 hours. Damn.
Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's definitely getting spooky out here. It's definitely getting spooky out here. In a good way. In a good way.
Here go the Ethereum Maxis. Ethereum best fit for HTTP 402. Okay. It says LeFew and Mer said Ethereum's trustless settlement layer makes it the ideal blockchain for HTTP 402 implementation, noting that it makes invoices and dispute chargebacks far more efficient than traditional processes. They need atomic payments, programmable policies, and composable wallets. Ethereum and stablecoins give them exactly that. Okay, this is gonna run off the XRP ledger though, but however you want to put it. However you want to put it.
However you want to go with it. However you want to go with it.
Yeah. I'm telling you. So now this is huge. So Coinbase, they enabled their AI agent, and it looks like it's been successful. It exploded up there. It's over 10,000% in 1 month. It's up over 10,000% in 1 month. They already got 19K users, so it's still early to get over there. I might have to go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to hop on some type of Telegram call and hop on that, see what's going on over there. That's some shit I'm into right there. See what's going on.
Yes. And for my people that know, definitely, like Dragon Emperor, I know he'd probably be all over this right here. Shout out to Dragon Emperor. If you got any information, send it to me, fam. Send it to me.
All right. Oh shoot, I didn't have any X out of that. Let's talk about that Bitcoin price forecast before we get into the other stuff. Bitcoin price forecast. So it says investors stake $400 million on BTC as Trump meets China's, I don't know how to say his name. What is it? Z in Korea?
Z.
Z in Korea. So it look like they're in Korea right now. Are they in Korea right now?
Yeah, no, today.
Today, okay.
Yeah, today. So basically what happened was, hold on, let me go to my notes. What's good? Damn, where's that? Where is it? Hold on 1 second. Oh, here we go. My bad. So basically, Bitcoin jumped back up to around 113K after a rough mid-October. So some investors move money out of gold into Bitcoin, especially into DeFi places where they can earn yield. So two big events this week, like Trump Z meeting and the Fed decision, could push prices down or up next. So we'll see. So Bitcoin rose about 10% in the past 10 days from 103 to about 113.8. And gold cooled off. It hit a record 4,381. It's still over $4,000. It's still over $4,100 for gold. So it cooled off a little bit, but fam, it's way up from when we was talking about it. So even if it did cool down, if you bought gold 2 and 3 years ago when we was telling y'all about it, you still good. If you bought silver 2 and 3 years ago when we was telling y'all about it, you still good. So why the bounce now is because it's calmer vibes after the chaos. Early in October, you already know markets was down, on the 10th and the 11th and stuff like that. And then a prolonged government shutdown. And then as fears cooled, gold paused and some investors shifted back into Bitcoin, especially into yield-bearing positions on chain. And then they meet in Korea. Trump, I think they said they meet on Sunday or whatever, or they either leave today. I think they leave today. Maybe they leave today. Whatever. They meet in this week. Him and Z in Korea. If talks hint at a better trade relations, then risk assets like Bitcoin could benefit. And then the Fed decision on the 29th, which is in 3 days, markets expect a dovish stance, meaning rate cut odds are very high, very high. So we'll see what happens. And then the Bitcoin versus gold correlation is right now that during the mid-October panic, Bitcoin and gold moved in opposite directions. The takeaways is that in stress, some investors still treat gold as the safe choice, while Bitcoin trades more likely a tech risk asset. And then why DeFi flows matter is because more Bitcoin is in DeFi, which means investors want yield and are willing to look longer to lock in those coins for longer time periods. And then that could tighten circulating supply on exchanges and support price as long as platforms remain secure and yields are sustainable. Fam, that's why you need to join the Telegram, fam, because there's a lot of plays in there. It's a lot of plays in there. Not the Telegram, the Patreon, my bad, the Patreon. So yeah, after this big shakeout, Bitcoin's recovering, and some of the monies from gold is rotating right back into Bitcoin. So
they claim.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
This article claim, and then this Fed decision this week, which is in 3 days, and this Trump Z meeting, our main catalyst, and could lift Bitcoin towards 118, or pull it back to 109.
Okay, I want to see it go to 118. Let's go ahead and set off this altcoin season.
Yeah, whatever.
So let's whatever it takes. Let's get it done.
We want our wallets up. Fam.
For sure. So let's talk about Bitwise real quick. So we got Bitwise CEO reacts as LinkedIn founder buys a CryptoPunk. So it says that Bitwise CEO acknowledged LinkedIn founder's purchase of CryptoPunk, citing that more prominent entities are beginning to own crypto and reveal it.
Yes. So Reid Hoffman, and mind you, Reid Hoffman is a LinkedIn founder. He's like a co-founder of LinkedIn. He's the guy that said by 2034, all these jobs in America is going to be gone. This is what he said, co-founder of LinkedIn. He revealed that he bought a CryptoPunk NFT and has invested in crypto for about 13 years. And then Bitwise CEO Hunter Horsley said, lots of impressive people and firms own crypto quietly, but lately more are speaking up. I wonder why they speaking up more, right? And this matters because it's social proof that when respected people show they're in, it makes crypto look good, more normal, and more trustworthy. And then institutions are coming, right? Surveys show a majority of institutions plan to increase crypto exposure. They're not planning. They are going to increase it, as they're increasing it right now as we speak. Despite older cautious takes like JP Morgan's 2025 note saying that they will avoid it. We know that Jamie Dimon was lying his ass off when he was talking about crypto and Bitcoin and all that shit like that when he was in the whole time, right? We know that Bill Gates and Warren Buffett especially, he was lying his ass off too. They all got exposure, fam. They all had exposure. So other companies, of course, like MicroStrategy has been the poster child for Bitcoin. Tesla bought a lot of crypto. It's still a landmark movement for them. And then Square Block, which is Jack Dorsey's company, they're heavily into Bitcoin and all that stuff. And then financial firms and asset managers. BlackRock launched a spot Bitcoin ETF and has pushed tokenization narratives. And then you got Fidelity that got spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, long-time crypto custody and execution services. Then you got Franklin Templeton. Then you got Invesco, Bitwise, Van Eck, and all these other people. And then you got banks and fintech firms like PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, Robinhood, Revolt, Cash App. They're all in either stable coins or digital asset, fam, any type of digital asset. And then you got these tech guys, the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, Elon Musk, Mark Cuban. They all hold crypto, fam. Why wouldn't you want to do what these billionaires are doing?
Because they'd rather complain and fuss and make excuses and just be lazy. They don't want to read. If it's anything that's not easy, that's not going to come easy to them. They don't want any parts of. And I think, and truthfully, I think a lot of them enjoy poverty.
Yes, they will. And listen, it's gonna be further and further apart the further we go in. So and also in the NFT and motion over there, Visa bought a CryptoPunk back in 2021. Right, so that signaled corporate interest in NFTs, and then you got brands like Nike, Adidas, Starbucks, Reddit, they all launched NFT programs, loyalty, and digital collectibles, fam. So it ain't a brand on this earth that's not going to be dealing with the blockchain. That's not going to be dealing with crypto. That's not going to be dealing with AI unless they just want to just fall off the face of the earth.
I just think people have placed their brains in a box because people will acknowledge, like, this is the whole thing. Like, when you talk to people that even if they don't know the details and like thoroughly what's going on, they will acknowledge that they see crypto, they see blockchain, they know they'll even acknowledge that they know the banks are getting ready to utilize the technology. What's not clicking for people, and for the life of me, this is the disconnect, and this is why I even got out some group chats today.
For real?
Yeah, I can't take it. I can't take it because people don't understand the magnitude of what's going on. But the disconnect, I really believe, is, how do I put this without trying to be mean?
No. Do you?
No, because then I get all the rude, and she's rude, and then they come in the comments and she's rude. I ain't like what. But no, I think the disconnect here is they don't see the investment opportunity in the whole thing. It's like, okay, so we're going to blockchain technology, they're going to use digital assets, but you don't get that, I could be investing in the technology.
Yes.
That's the part that's not clicking. They think that that's just so far off, because then you say crypto and they're like, oh no, people getting rugged and scammed over there. So but they're gonna like use crypto, like they're using digital assets. Like, you understand that a lot of these tech companies have digital assets. You can invest in those digital assets. All you got to do is read a little bit.
It goes back to their personal feelings, like we was talking about before. They know that, but then also, the president, talking about crypto, they feel like, oh man, he's in the scam, he's into scamming or whatever, like he's doing this and that, when he's actually just trying to, help on that side. I'm not talking about all this other stuff, because he's definitely acting like an asshole for other shit. But when it comes to crypto and digital assets, and him talking about like, yeah, we're gonna, 401ks and all that stuff, get exposure to these digital assets, that's actually helpful. But it's hard. It's hard to put people in the spot where they can put their personal feelings to the side to get into something regarding their money, because they're emotional about their money and they're emotional about the people that's running the economy. So it's like, it's just the emotions are tied up.
Emotions are tied up, and then when you explain this to them, and because it doesn't click the first time and they don't get it the first time, they're just like, that's bullshit. Like, no, you just calling it bullshit because you didn't understand what I just said. And if you need me to explain it and break it down better, I can, if your energy was different. But see, then people come at you at a whole different angle, and then you got the know-it-alls. It's a whole nother aspect of this too, because you can't even just get on the ones that don't thoroughly understand what's going on. You got the people that trade and the people that's in the stock market. You got investors that you can't even tell them what's going on with this, because they just not budging. You know what I'm saying? They found their niche and they're going to stay there. And it's like, it's sad. And it's like, gang, you could be making way more money. Like, you could keep doing what you're doing and do this. Like, why not get all the money? Why just limit yourself to just what you're comfortable with? And that's essentially what the sheep are doing. So it's pretty sad out here, for real.
Like if it ain't broke, don't, I'm not gonna fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, gang, it's a whole other, it's a whole nother world over here, and it's like, follow the money. Do you see what these millionaires and billionaires are doing? Follow the money. So, but it is what it is. Like, what's getting ready to happen finna make a fool out of a lot of people. It is. It's getting ready to make a fool. Because what we getting ready to go over today, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about.
It didn't take me too much convincing. Once I saw that paperwork back in what was that, 2020 or whatever it was, when I saw that paperwork, I was like, this is something here.
It's documented. It's documented. If this is in World Economic Forum, white papers, this is in Bank of America, Citibank. If their people are showing you patents and they're showing you what's in the patent and what's in the code, and it's all documented, and they're sitting here showing you, yes, these are the same digital assets, and then all you got to do is download an app on your phone to get it, and then you have all this documentation to back up what you're saying, and people still are just like, oh, I don't think I want that.
Look at what Royal Darkness said. He said, I had a bank manager tell me that he was a little disappointed that I was irresponsible with my cash.
Bank manager that don't know what he doing. Damn. A bank manager that they really not gonna need soon, because they're not gonna need nobody to manage that bank. Them AI agents gonna manage that bank. So my bad. Don't let me step on toes. Because he gonna be out of a job in the next 3 to 5 years anyway. Might be sooner. I'm really being nice right now.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy, fam. It's so crazy. But hey, man, you're always gonna have doubters. That just shows you throughout history, there's always been doubters, fam. It don't matter what time in history. Like, you can go back into the past and you can see that people didn't believe in cars, people didn't believe in credit cards, people didn't believe in none of this shit. None of the shit that we use for every day. Even smartphones. People didn't even believe in smartphones.
Nope.
You know, so
not at all. Not at all. So it is what it is, though.
It's ain't no different.
Yeah. So that's the L. We're gonna let people take these L's moving
forward. Internet, hell yeah. People didn't believe in the internet, yo. Can't operate without the shit. Exactly. Crash out if you do.
Exactly. So I want to talk about XLM real quick. Let's talk about XLM real quick.
What they doing over there, Stellar, man? What they doing over there? I feel they got some news on the horizon that they need to share.
Can you tell them to be quiet, please? Jesus Christ. Damn, 2 more days.
Almost there.
All right, so my bad, y'all. My bad. But so yeah, we got some Stellar news. So Stellar is getting ready to take off for sure. So Stellar just linked up with Swiss Custody. So Swiss Custody just dropped the news about the first ever XLM treasury with 1 billion XLM, a massive move for more liquidity, innovation, and growth in the Stellar ecosystem. So this is a huge deal, and I'm so glad. Shout out to Marco over here on X for breaking this down. So what the XLM treasury is about. So it's a pool of about 1 billion XLM, and they're set up for 3 huge goals. So boosting liquidity for institutions, funding long-term development, supporting real-world use cases on Stellar. So this is, so XLM. It's funny, this gets announced right after XRP, huh? Right after XRP said they're gonna have a treasury. So this isn't just hype, it's a rock solid foundation for the future. Stellar is much bigger than people give it credit for. It's really an underdog, and it's insane, but Stellar is way bigger than people think. So this matters because Stellar's been a quiet giant for years. That's the best way to put it, a quiet giant. I like that. Powering remittances, payments, and tokenized assets, especially in Asia. So with this treasury, Stellar now has the muscle to scale regulated financial applications worldwide. Total game changer. So here's the Swiss connection. So Swiss Custody hails from Switzerland, the go-to place for trust, secure custody, and compliance in the crypto world. This gives Stellar a strong European base to drive institutional liquidity and asset management. A milestone for institutions. So the treasury takes Stellar to the next level, moving from retail vibes to serious enterprise utility. So more liquidity for banks and fintechs, funding for tokenization and DeFi projects, and stability for price and ecosystems. Here we go with that DeFi word again. If you are not in DeFi, you're fucking up. You're fucking this up. You're doing the exact opposite of what I forgot what them niggas' names is. Not Michael Saylor. What's the other guy? I forgot. But anyway, the guy that was telling y'all don't fuck this up.
Oh, yeah. I forget.
We don't got to think of it right now. Y'all know who we talking about. But a lot of y'all, if you're not getting in DeFi, not educating yourself on DeFi, you're fucking this up already. So what this means. So Stellar's entering its next chapter, which is distributed ledger technology. It's becoming the backbone for regulated global finance. So with the treasury, Stellar's ready to go mainstream, and it's happening right now. So here is the big picture. Here's Swiss Custody's 1 billion XLM treasury delivered. So institutional liquidity, sustainable ecosystem growth, and regulated infrastructure. And there's more. Stellar's already a major player in finance. Visa, using Stellar for stablecoin settlements with USDC. See, a lot of people won't connect in that. A lot of people be forgetting that part about USDC that they run off Stellar blockchain. MasterCard, so building crypto credential services on Stellar. Then we have PayPal. They launched their PYUSD on Stellar. You have Circle bringing the CCTP v2 to Stellar for cross-chain, which is USDC. And then you have UNDP leveraging Stellar for humanitarian and sustainable finance projects. So with the treasury, institutional power is now in the mix. Stellar's building a full-on financial stack from global payments to infrastructure for big players. If you slept on Stellar, you might want to get right while that price still low. You might want to get right while that price still low. Stellar's at the price where I was catching XRP in the early days. That's where Stellar is right now. Stellar's at the price that XRP was sitting at for a good, maybe 8 months to a year, damn near.
Was it 30 cents?
Yeah, it goes between 30 and 40 cent range. That's when we first started going live. Those were the ranges XRP was at. That's why we have Forever and Profit t-shirts, because that's how long we've been here.
Remember the good old days when Stellar was sitting at like 7-8 cents.
8 cent, man. Yeah.
Good old days.
I'm telling you. So don't sleep on Stellar. Don't sleep on XLM. They definitely are a sleeping giant. A lot of people do sleep on XLM. They don't get shown enough love. So make sure you do your homework on Stellar. Do your homework on Stellar. The Stellar's definitely getting ready to take off with that news. So let me see this next article. We got to talk about BRICS real quick. So we got the BRICS payment system supports transactions across 185 countries.
Mm-hmm.
Across 185 countries. So it's getting pretty big, D. They you know what I'm saying?
Yo, listen,
they got motion, gang. 185 countries. They got some motion, gang.
I'm cool with that.
Hey, I don't know what they doing, but they got motion. Yeah, that's all I know. So they definitely got motion. So
what they doing?
BRICS.
What they doing though?
BRICS. So the BRICS payment system supports transactions across 185 countries. So in other words, the payment infrastructure linked to the BRICS group, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, claims it now allows transactions in 185 countries. So this matters because it suggests the BRICS linked payment system is becoming globally relevant. Not just limited to members of BRICS. So for your audience, especially folks interested in markets, currencies, and global reserve systems, this signals a potential shift in how money moves internationally outside of the traditional Western or U.S. dominated systems. It may imply a move toward alternative payment rails, reducing reliance on systems like the SWIFT network or the U.S. dollar for cross-border payments. So imagine, I guess the best way to put this is imagine that there's a highway for moving money between countries. So up until now, most cars, which would be the money, is use the old highway controlled by the US and its allies. So now the BRICS linked highway says it's open and usable in 185 countries. So that means more money might start using that new highway instead of the old one. Wow. So they got a new exit that they're gonna get off of, pretty much. Because they free from the shackles of American control. They are free.
Weren't we talking about BRICS like 3 years ago, 2?
Been talking about BRICS. Been trying to. That was the number one. That was like the best documentation we had to show everybody that hey, they getting off this old system we've been using. They said they gonna make their own shit.
Man.
We was trying to tell people this 2-3 years ago. And now look, 185 countries is getting ready to be transacting.
That ain't nothing to sneeze at, fam.
185 countries are getting ready to use the BRICS payment system. 185. And they told me, they was telling me, y'all can go look at it. Dang, I took them down. But if I still had them videos up, y'all could have went and looked at the comments. People thought I was losing my mind. People thought I was crazy. They're never going to stop using America's too strong and our military. We would never allow that. Oh, here we are.
Yeah, we got to bring some of those comments back to the carpet. We got to bring some of them comments. I got to go through the cloud. And find some shit.
A lot of y'all be tripping, gang. Y'all be tripping. All y'all had to do was read. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. All you had to do was read, and
all you had to do was read.
Just put 2 and 2 together, fam. If you know that the dollar's getting weaker, inflation keeps increasing. History has shown us when the price of things rises and the dollar gets weak, people have to move into other things, assets. Traditionally, it was like, gold and, stocks and bonds. But now we're going into a new system, a new financial system. BRICS has a payment system that supports transactions across 185 countries. You got damn near every country, every global organization, every global brand getting into blockchain. Put 2 and 2 together, fam. It ain't that hard, yo. It ain't that hard.
But we can break it down a little bit more of what you just said, because that's the last thing we got to go over here.
Go ahead.
Yes, let's go ahead and break this down. Shout out to Kurt.
Shout out to Kurt. Shout out to the legendary Kurt.
The legend. Shout out my boy Kurt for this breakdown right here. So we're gonna read this real quick because I need y'all to understand what is transpiring here. And some of this stuff I'm gonna break down because I had to break it down for myself so I could understand it. So it says here, and if you in the Telegram, you should have already went over this. The Fed's $2.5 trillion liquidity bomb has gone off. The unthinkable just became reality. Shout out to Pumpus on X. So it says the Federal Reserve's ONRRP facility. So I know some of y'all is like, hold up, pause right there, Queen. What the hell is a ONRRP facility? I had to look it up myself. So y'all know I went straight to my nigga Chat GPT, and I told them to explain that shit to me like a 9th grader, please. So let me pull it up real quick. Here he is. So I just for clarification, I said, who is the Federal Reserve's ONRRP facility? Explain to me like I'm a 9th grader. So for those who need the same breakdown, this is for you. If you don't, congratulations, you're smart. Okay, so we smart too. I just be needing a breakdown. So the Federal Reserve's ONRRP facility stands for Overnight Reverse Repurchase Agreement Facility. It's a overnight reverse repurchase agreement facility. So think of the Federal Reserve like the bank for all banks. It controls the supply of money in the U.S. economy. This is a breakdown for everybody. I wish we had the YNs in here because it's the breakdown they need. So the ONRRP facility is a tool the Fed uses to help control short-term interest rates. So basically, how much it costs to borrow money for 1 day. For 1 day. Okay? So how it works. So imagine the Fed has a bunch of extra money and treasury bonds, which is safe government IOUs. So every night, big financial institutions like banks, money market funds, and investment firms can lend their cash to the Fed overnight. The Fed gives them treasury bonds as temporary collateral, which is a promise to give it, to pay back plus interest. The next day, the Fed buys back those bonds and pays a little extra money. That's the interest. That's the interest the lenders earn. So this little extra money is on the ONRRP rate. So that's when the ONRRP comes in. So that little extra money, that's where they get it from. So it's what helps set a floor for other short-term interest rates in the economy. So why it matters, it helps the Fed control inflation and stabilize money markets. It gives financial institutions a safe place to park their cash overnight. It prevents too much money from flooding the system and pushing interest rates too low. So in short, the ONRRP facility equals the Fed's overnight safe parking lot for cash. So that is where they park their cash overnight. So banks and funds can store their money there temporarily, earn a tiny bit of interest, and help the Fed keep short-term interest rates steady. Okay, so that is the breakdown for the ONRRP. Okay,
and they do this shit while we sleeping. They do it while we sleeping.
And they've been doing it for a very long time now. So now that we got that part of the way, that we know what the ONRRP is, so we can keep going. So the Federal Reserve's ONRRP facility, once the backbone of global liquidity control has collapsed. So they went from $2.5 trillion to billions. And this was verified by Fred Data. Okay, I could not verify that 2.4 billion. I actually think it's in the hundreds of billions instead of just 2.4 billion. So that might have been a typo. Regardless, going from 2.5 trillion to a few hundred billion is a major collapse. That's a lot of money gone. Like, just that's damn near emptying out the damn clip. So This was verified by Fred Data on October 24th, 2025. So the system that held the world's excess liquidity is now empty. This is not speculation. This is the financial equivalent of a nuclear event. So here's what happens next. That $2.5 trillion once trapped in the Fed parking, because y'all know we know what it is now, since we know what the what's it called, the ONRRP is. That $2.5 trillion once trapped in Fed parking is now flooding into global markets. I'm gonna say that again. That $2.5 trillion once trapped in Fed parking is now flooding into global markets. Bank reserves are holding near $2.93 trillion, only $130 billion away from the critical level that triggered the 2019 repo crisis. So the SOFR stress is already visible above 4.2%. Liquidity is moving fast and violently. So the XR, let's get to XRP. This is why I be saying these BTC maxis, these traders, these stock gurus that's just pro Bitcoin, y'all gonna weep. Y'all gonna weep because y'all don't want to listen.
And the Fred data, for y'all don't know, that's the Federal Reserve economic data. That's who Fred is. That's the Federal Reserve economic data.
Definitely need to know that. So let's get into the XRP connection. This XRP connection will shock you. Research from multiple institutional liquidity desks confirms that Ripple insiders have hinted at for years. That confirms what Ripple insiders have hinted at for years. RRP drains directly correlate with demand for real-time settlement assets. The world's liquidity is searching for instant settlement. XRP was engineered for this exact moment. Did it click? I'm gonna read it again. The world's liquidity is searching for instant settlement. XRP was engineered for this exact moment. Each time RRP liquidity unwinds, the demand for on-demand settlement instruments like XRP spikes across cross-border corridors and institutional payment rails. This is not coincidence. It is systemic design. So the global debt spiral. So the United States faces a $24 to $28 trillion debt rollover between 2025, which is right now, 2025 and 2027. Liquidity from traditional markets is being forced into more efficient settlement systems. This is not just a monetary shift, it is a full migration of value infrastructure. While legacy markets drain liquidity, the XRP ledger's on-demand settlement capacity stands ready to absorb the flow. This is what Ripple built for over a decade under NDAs and quiet institutional integrations. So the immediate consequences: XRP positioned for institution revaluation as liquidity migrates. So shout out to my good friend Kurt, who broke this down for me again, because y'all know I be needing another breakdown. So if y'all don't understand what that means, it looks like they're going to need a certain asset to pump to a high enough price so that they have the liquidity needed to clear their debts. I'm gonna say it again. Mind you, I didn't say the asset because y'all ain't coming after me. Y'all can go, you know what I'm saying? If y'all do, I'm gonna send Kurt after your ass. It says, and it looks like they're gonna need a certain asset to pump to a high enough price so that they have the liquidity needed to clear their debts. The dam is about to break. 10K. B Page. I ain't want to say it, but B Page put it in the comments over here on TikTok. He said 10K on the low. 10K on the low. And I believe that's what they was telling us. A certain someone that was a very credible source at the time had said in order for all of this to, like, 10K was just the minimum, the bare minimum.
Damn, fam.
Because so we ain't done yet.
Damn.
So XRP positioned for institutional revaluation as liquidity migrates. So traditional market indicators begin to lose relevance. Central bank control over liquidity weakens permanently, and the digital settlement era officially begins. The digital settlement era officially begins. So we are entering a phase transition. So every economist warned that once the Fed lost control of the RRP system, the world would need a new liquidity standard. That standard is already built, live and running on the XRP ledger. That standard is already built, live, and running on the XRP ledger. So the reset has begun. The liquidity inversion is live. The world just switched systems. And this is all a fact. And here is the Fred data right here for those that want to see that. So,
you go to the Fred, you can go to the website. You go to the website.
That joint has crashed, as you can see. It's over with. Look at that. That's a dump. It's over with. It's over with.
My God.
And they did it right before November. They did it in October, right before November.
In October, right? Well, they got their people running around, you know, looking at the NBA investigations and all this other shit.
Worried about who was gambling in 19. I told y'all he was gambling back there in 91. I told y'all that was nigga.
Crazy, fam.
It's money to be made, bro. It's money to be made, bro. And I wanted to end the live on that note because, boy, if this don't make you bullish, boy, listen. That's why when I hear all this Bitcoin talking, Bitcoin this and Bitcoin that, this is laughable, gang, compared to what's getting ready to like when you've been following what's going on, you understand the tech a little bit more. Like, gang, anything regarding Bitcoin to me right now is laughable. Anything outside of these utility assets is laughable, gang. It's too much money to make over here. And it's getting ready to go down. It's getting ready to go down, gang. The dam is open. The floodgates. The floodgates are getting ready to, boy.
Boy?
I'm telling you. Y'all better stop playing. Y'all better stop playing. So again, forever in profit. Forever in profit. We got the hoodies. Niggas was asking for the hoodies. There you go. The red hoodie will be coming next. But these are the hoodies we have right now. We're getting the design mock-up ready for y'all. So when that's ready, we'll show y'all the red hoodie. And then it'll be listed on the site. Right now, we still got these fire-ass forever in profit hoodies for people to go cop. Also, shout out to everybody FOMOing into the class. I knew y'all were gonna do that. Shout out to everybody FOMOing into the class. But yes, we have the masterclass, the 2-day masterclass, where we're going to teach how to rebalance your DeFi portfolio. That class is tomorrow. That class starts tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you are in this class. This is the best time to be learning how to rebalance your DeFi portfolio. And I just told y'all the floodgates getting ready to open. I be throwing hints, but I'm not a financial advisor and I cannot give financial advice. But yes, the rebalancing your DeFi portfolio, you just at this point, you just add into your wealth. At this point, you know, creating multiple sources of income, making sure you don't go broke. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting ready to, it's getting ready to be a fire ass class. We excited. Cecil always got a fire presentation ready for y'all. Very thorough breakdown, immaculate, chef's kiss. So yes, you're getting ready to learn advanced strategies for learning how to set delta ranges and rebalancing your DeFi portfolio. So this is going to help. You're going to learn how to protect yourself against market volatility, optimize your yield. So this is going to be a phenomenal class. I'm excited for it. I can't wait. I'm learning with y'all. Like I've been told y'all before, I am not a professional DeFi. That's why I don't teach it. And I don't do one-on-ones for it because a couple of y'all don't ask. Because I'm learning with y'all. I'm getting in the pools with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So the class, the link for that class is in the bio. You tap that link tree, and either one of our bios is right there. BlockNation one, you just tap it, or mine in my bio. It's right there. It's called Rebalancing Your DeFi Portfolio. So that class is going to be tomorrow. Make sure y'all get in there. We getting ready to get this money on game. Shit getting real. Appreciate everybody for tapping in with us on a Sunday. Appreciate y'all.
Man, look.
Y'all running these likes up over here on TikTok, 140K likes. Shout out to y'all.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Man. Insane. Hey, shout out to Jetpack over here. Guess who circle powers the bet cards and payroll 100. Told him, hey, Jetpack. We told him to get that Zebec. Told him stop sleeping on that Zebec. 100%. Appreciate everybody. But yeah, getting that class, getting the Patreon, the DeFi Patreon, getting that Telegram. Other than that, we're gonna see y'all tomorrow at 12 noon. With some more news and updates. I think this might be a good week for news. I don't know nothing. No, let me not talk too much. But you know, I do know.
Don't say nothing.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I just will say a certain acquisition was announced that's official now. And that hidden road acquisition is now official, and they're now called Ripple Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see what comes out of that acquisition being official now. Other than that, we will see y'all